Good evening, everybody. I am Sri Kumar from 3DS Technologies. Today I am going to take a webinar on 3D Experience platform and bid-to-win industry solution experience. I hope all of you have joined, and I welcome you all to actually listen and participate in this webinar. I would like to inform you that there is a small token of appreciation along with the quiz for the participants. So kindly participate actively in this particular webinar. We will also be interested to take your questions at the end of the session. And you can, as you go through the webinar, you will be coming across quiz questions which you can answer through the medium, and then you can proceed with. And after the webinar is completed, there will be 2 more questions. Totally, there are 5 questions are being prepared. So you can answer them actively and then benefit from the webinar session. So here we go. Today I'm going to take on 3D Experience platform, the overview of 3D Experience platform, which is basically from Dassault Systems, and also going to throw light on industry solution experience bid-to-win, which is meant for transportation and mobility segment. So today's agenda is starting with overview on 3D Experience platform, followed by industry solution experiences from Dassault Systems, and then with a focus on transportation and mobility trends and industry challenges. And then we will focus on transportation mobility industry solution experiences precisely, followed by bid-to-win ISC introduction. So this will give a brief on what exactly Dassault Systems is taking up as a new initiative, and as a 3D experience company, how they are actually progressing. So you all might have been hearing about 3D experience platform, and to be precise on this 3D experience platform, I will be giving the definition in terms of the experience. Basically, this 3D experience is built on 3D experience platform is built on best practices of different various industries, be it transportation, mobility, or aerospace and defense, high tech and electronics, industrial equipment sector, or consumer goods, retail, for that sake, apparel industry. So different industry verticals, they are having their own best practices. So Dassault, being in the system for close to 40 years in this market, they have gathered and they have gathered all these experiences and brought up with the best practices. So basically, this is the platform is built on best practices with a special focus on each and every industry vertical. And if you see in terms of the objective, basically to provide a delightful experience to consumers. So it could be your own customers or the direct consumers who buy any given product. And then we must understand what is the need for 3D experience platform first before getting into this. So if you look at today's market, there's a product information which is coming from multiple resources with different levels of control. So there are three different types of data which is flowing in the market for any given product. It could be informal information coming from social collaboration tools. It could be Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. So this is all informal information for any product. And the second information is basically federated from multiple enterprise and public internet services. For instance, example like Oracle databases, SAP, 3D Salesforce, Global Spec, Silicon Expert. So you get a lot of federated information coming through these databases. And then we have third type of information, which is formally controlled via product development process. So how do we take care of all this data? The product information is coming from different multiple resources. How do we organize this data? How do we analyze this and then take decisions which are very practical? So that's where there comes a need for 3D experience platform. Basically, today if you see, there is a requirement for cloud, data exchange and openness, and there is of course a fast booming market, mobile platform, and then the big data. So all these things, all these categories or players have to be included in one single platform. That's where this need has come up for Dassault Systems to create something called 3D experience platform. Basically, if you have to summarize, it is a single cohesive infrastructure for ready deployment for a given industry vertical. So let us run through a small brief on 3D experience platform through a video visual.
We live in an age where businesses need to look beyond the aesthetics of a product or the practicalities of a service. Where consumer engagement and loyalty count far more than features and benefits alone. Where consumers expect to interact with or even influence suppliers, not just be sold to. Products are no longer enough for today's consumers, who value experience over all else. The age of experience has arrived. The key to success in today's economy lies in delivering consumer experiences that demonstrate true differentiation. But the task is a daunting one at best. What exactly is meant by experience, and how can business influence it and drive consumer connection? The key to making consumer experience the true focus of innovation is to capture insights and expertise from across a business's entire ecosystem. Shaping the right consumer experience requires collaboration between all roles within a company, from marketing, management, to sales and engineering. Only by connecting all dots between people, ideas, and data can a business drive consumer loyalty, engagement, and value. The 3D Experience platform from Dassault Systems is a business experience platform, a new class of collaborative environment designed to help companies create differentiating consumer experiences. With a single, easy-to-use, compass-like interface, the 3D Experience platform powers industry solution experiences based on 3D design, analysis, simulation, and intelligence software in a collaborative, interactive environment. The start of every experience is all about the anticipation and promise of things to come. In the age of experience, businesses need to place consumer experience at the heart of innovation. And that means asking the right questions and asking the right people to understand the present and navigate the future. Discover the 3D Experience platform and industry solutions at 3ds.com.
So as you can see from this particular visual, there is a consumer experience in terms of taking a coffee, or it could be in terms of gift making, or it could be in terms of mobile utilization, mobile phone access or utilization. So it all drives down to one point, that is consumer experience at the core. So consumers today in the market, they buy experiences. They just do not buy product. They do not buy based on the cost or whatever. So it is basically on the experience, how they are going to experience the product based on those look and feel and features. These things matter a lot. As a summary of experiences, they buy this. So as you can see today, we are going through Industry Revolution 4.0. That is like we have started with agricultural economy to industrial economy, then we progressed towards service economy, and now we are marching towards what we call experience economy. So in this experience economy, consumer will always look towards delightful and satisfying experiences. So this is where a 3D experience platform will play a bigger role in terms of providing a delightful and satisfied experiences. Now, if I have to take simple examples in different industry verticals, so we have, if you look at transportation and mobility, suppose you take an example of a car, we look for many interiors, we look for many gadgets and accessories in a car. It could be a music system or a GPS system, it could be touchscreen audio-visual navigation system, or it could be a video, speakers, amplifiers. So what is it all about? The main objective of car is to take you through transport, but there are many other experiences which are getting added here to provide the luxury and comfort to the consumer. So this is what you call car experience. Similarly, if you take example of consumer goods and retail, you take the example of, say, shoes only. So today we have a special segment of shoes for regular walkers. For gym goers, there is different types of shoes, and there are separate shoes for trekking and sports. And basically, consumers are experiencing the look, feel, comfort, safety. So all these features, all these attributes in place. And also, if you look at, say, example of energy process and utilities, today plants have to run for days, weeks, and months together, non-stop. So maintenance may be taken up once in a quarter or 2 or 3 times in a year. Here, the non-stopping experience without any major breakdown or failures, that itself is a consumer experience here. So industry vertical is vying for a special consumer experience, and this is where a 3D experience platform can play a different role. As I see here, one of the famous Warren Buffett. So price is what you pay and value is what you experience, I can say. So 3D experience platform has come up with 12 brands and meant for 12 industries. And the 3D compass, what you are going to look at, summarizes or symbolizes the entire 3D experience platform. So if you look at this 3D compass, there are 4 quadrants, each representing different brand applications. So each quadrant is representing social and collaboration apps supported by brands like Enovia, 3D Swim, and 3D Excite. And if you take South quadrant, it represents information intelligence apps supported by brands like NetVibes and Excelleads. And the North quadrant represents virtual reality apps supported by brands like 3DVIA, Delmia, and Simulia. And finally, the West quadrant represents 3D modeling apps like Katia, GeoVia, and the latest entrant BioVia, and of course SolidWorks. So this 3D compass, as a summary, symbolizes the entire 3D experience platform. If you look from the work perspective, on the right side you find, based on your own problem description, someone is looking for solid modeling, someone is looking for drawing creation, and someone in automotive sector is looking for complex shape design, somebody is looking for design optimization. So all these things, they come under 3D modeling apps. Similarly, there is a separate group which is looking for document management, change management, data exchange management, requirement management, supplier management, which is all part of the regular PLM, that is product lifecycle management. For this, we have social and collaborative applications, that is Enovia as a major brand which will support all these PLM needs. On the right side, you have a 3D dashboarding experience through NetVibes and Excellead, which is also going to interact with the social information tools and then give us the organized content for online dashboarding experience. Similarly, on the content and simulation apps, we have 3DVIA, Simulia and Delmia. So these are the brands which provide realistic simulation or production simulation in place. So if you have to categorize in terms of work, this is how a 3D compass can be symbolized. So I stop here and ask for a first question on the quiz. Which are the information intelligence apps available on 3D Compass, 3D Experience platform? So I'll wait for another 10 to 15 seconds. I repeat the question, which are the information intelligence apps available on 3D Compass, 3D Experience platform? So you have the options which you are able to see on the screen. So select your choice. We'll move on with the further description on evolution of 3D Experience platform. So we have been talking about product data management, and then came the new coin of term PLM, which is product lifecycle management, then the evolution of 3D Experience platform. So if you see here, the progress is from the initial need of the customer was only CAD management and document management and some modeling. This is where the PDM has been very well defined by multiple softwares. And then moving forward, the product lifecycle management a term was created in around 1995-2000, and this has fast spread across the globe. Today, every major player on PLM boasts about their own applications. So this will take care of multiple things in terms of project management, program management. Then you have requirements management, BOM management, and again change management and supplier management. All these things are part of PLM processes. And then comes the next level of 3D Experience platform, which will encompass both PLM and PDM. And I can say it provides the consumer experience with the values which are beyond PLM. And it is purely completely data driven and model based PLM, I can say. So if we have to really highlight about what exactly is data-driven and model-based, you can see, like when I say data-driven, there are different things happening here. One thing is whatever the data which is coming from 3DS authoring tools or business applications, they all have to be from the single database and driven through data. And then there should be a control and traceability, in the sense extract data from files and links and processes. So there should be some traceability of what we have already stored and what we are retrieving. And as a third point, there should be an orchestrated control, which means that you have to secure the latest versions of files in the database. So all these things are taken care through database-driven model, what we call database-based 3D experience platform, data-driven model. So again, I repeat, there is target zero files, that is entire data is driven through single database, and then controls and traceability followed by an orchestrated control, basically to secure the latest versions of files. So these things are taken care very well under 3D experience platform. And then moving towards from the old traditional way of a static approach to model based. So when we say model based behavioral simulation, it includes many things. Say it combines multi-physics, behavior modeling, big data, social collaboration, and also intuitive decision support. So when we say multi-physics, those who are well known to analysis field, they know the importance of multi-physics. And the behavior modeling. When we say behavior modeling, I give you an example of a simple table fan. We can create a 3D model of a table fan, a physical system, but it doesn't have its dynamic behavior unless a logical circuit is connected to that. So you have electronic circuit which is controlling the physical model, and then both are logically connected. We are actually talking about systems engineering. So systems engineering is very much part of 3D experience platform, which will ensure that your model is defined by all the four factors: requirements analysis, functional definition, logical definition, followed by physical modeling. So all are interconnected here. So we are trying to define an assembly or a product by its dynamic behavior. And also it takes care of social collaboration in the form of 3D swim communities, and also intuitive decision support. So if you look at today's enterprise, there is a need for enterprise data search and also analyzing this data, organizing this data, and also make it useful for decision making. So all these things are very much part of model-based behavioral simulation. So 3D experience platform is completely data-driven and model-based product lifecycle management solution. If we have to really concentrate on the what you call innovation and profitable growth, so 3D experience platform provides all these. That is zero product failures, zero delays, zero latency, zero prototypes, zero BOM errors, zero rework, and zero exceptions. So today, the major 6 factors on which we can drive innovation as well as profitable growth. So when we say zero product failures, today there are so many recalls are happening in the market, especially automotive market, which means that there are failures which are leading to major losses or major investment. So, and also there's a money at the same time the time loss. So both are happening because of the product failures. How do we ensure zero product failures? So this through 3D experience platform, and also zero delays. So when it comes to production, how do we ensure that discrete event simulation is happening correctly, and then cycle time optimization is happening in such a way that there are zero delays. So you cannot have large inventory in your shop floor or production system. So how do we avoid this inventory and ensure there are zero delays in terms of providing the product in time to market? And then zero latency. Today, if you see, OEMs are very much dependent on their suppliers, and each OEM has, ranging from 10 suppliers to 100 suppliers or 150 suppliers. So you cannot make an assembly without these suppliers. And if at all there is a gap in terms of time management with suppliers, there is going to be a lot of delay in the production process. So how do you ensure zero latency? That is another important factor which you can take care of in 3DEXPERIENCE platform. Then there are zero prototypes and zero BOM errors in terms of manufacturing BOM, and then zero rework. Obviously, you cannot change the design work what you have completed and modify that again. So there is a quality compliance coming in place. How do we ensure this quality in such a way that you will give 100% ready design data to the downstream processes? So this is where zero rework becomes significant. And then comes zero exceptions. Obviously, today lots of regulations are running across the market, and how do you ensure and manage legal regulations? So this is where we need to be compliant with respect to all legal regulations, product is very much in compliance with all these details, so that we can also use it for future IP classification and security, that is intellectual property. So all these things, if we can manage effectively, then we can ensure that there is an innovation, at the same time we can drive profitable growth. So this is where 3DEXPERIENCE platform is focused on. And to move forward on the capabilities, I'll start with the 3D Compass. So if you can look at this particular slide, there are different capabilities of 3DEXPERIENCE platform which will make it unique and different from the rest of the softwares or applications in the market. So 3DEXPERIENCE platform has very important capabilities in terms of 3D Compass. So when we say 3D Compass, as I mentioned, this will symbolize 3DEXPERIENCE platform. This will provide a simplified and unified access to all the applications and the power of 3DEXPERIENCE platform. Similarly, you look at 3D dashboard. I'm going to showcase one small video visual on this. So 3D dashboard, when we say this, there is what we call more informed decision making. Based on the, we are receiving lots of data, as I mentioned earlier, from 3 different types of resources of information, and how do we organize this content and make it useful for decision making and also actionable. So this is where 3D dashboard comes into play, and it is basically a simple unified dashboard view of entire business processes and objectives for any kind of disciplines in the company, be it sales, marketing, R&D, HR, finance. So any department or even an individual can be part of this 3D dashboard utilization. And then comes 3D space. So 3D space is basically for enterprise social collaboration. You can share your ideas and concepts informally before proceeding with the formal product development process. In the sense, today, a lot of, even before you arrive at a solid design concept, a lot of ideas can be exchanged, which is part of ideation process. So you can exchange a lot of ideas and then you can arrive at finally with a concrete idea which you can take it into design process. So this is where 3D space as a tool will provide capability in terms of a platform wherein you can share all your ideas and concepts informally and then arrive at a concrete product development process. Then comes a 3D passport. So this is basically a secured single sign-on access to the 3D experience platform. When we say single sign-on, why do we require this? So a lot of security is involved in terms of single sign-on. In the sense, a user is given user login and password with a specific security role and context. And once he logs in with the same name, other persons or other people cannot access with the same name and with similar credentials. So this will ensure that there is a high security provided for your data in terms of this secure single sign-on solution, which we call it as 3D passport. Then comes 3D swim, what you call see what you mean communities, which is available for cross-discipline collaboration, which is again a special enterprise collaboration tool, which is available as a part of the experience platform. Then comes 3D messaging. So if you have to go for online chat for real-time text, images, or 3D transmission, we can use 3D messaging. Those users who are online, whoever is online on 3D experience platform, they can instantly get connected. They can share their ideas. They can message them. They can send across images. They can send across small 3D files through this 3D messaging. Then comes the last one, 6W tags. 3D search, which is basically to quickly navigate and retrieve the information. It could be structured information or unstructured information. We can cut and quickly find it out using 3D search tools. And finally, the 6W tags. So 6W tags are again used for search and filtering. So when we say 6W tags, we have questions like what, when, who, where, why, and how. So these are called as 6W tags. Using these 6W tags, we will be able to quickly filter and find out the relevant information from the given database. So this is how these are the very specific capabilities or tools which are available as a part of the experience platform, and they can be used for simple navigation across different industries. Again, it's an open platform wherein these particular tools are very much required irrespective of what kind of work you carry on. So using these tools like 3D dashboard, 3D compass, 3D passport, 3D space, 3D swim, 3D messaging, 3D search, and 6W tags, we can connect with everyone, with multiple users, multiple roles across the organizations, along with the, even with the suppliers, extended organization, we can connect with everyone. In the sense, if I have to define now 3D experience platform, I will simply say that it is designed for collaboration to provide perfect consumer winning experience. It is designed for collaboration. So moving forward, so these are the things which I wanted to highlight. So to take up an example on how to utilize these 3D experience platform capabilities, I will take you through one small video visual.
The 3D Experience platform has been designed to help business leaders, as well as all actors of large complex projects, understand the present and navigate the future. Share the same view of the project at any time, in a realistic environment. The new If We Compass interface provides intuitive navigational access to all Dassault Systems apps, including social and cooperative apps, 3D modeling apps, content and simulation apps, and information intelligence apps. In our scenario, the China Nuclear Energy Network is an engineering, procurement, and construction company developing a sustainable nuclear energy infrastructure. They are involved in construction and operation services for the nuclear power sector. The project manager has created a personal online dashboard to follow key news from internal projects as well as trends related to the nuclear sector in China and abroad. As a project manager, he has full access to a global view of the project and can visualize all key dimensions thanks to the inclusive user experience of the platform called If We Compass. He can visualize the location of all actors engaged in the project. He has a realistic view of the nuclear project to be delivered. For example, you can monitor key project milestones, track your metrics, and perform financial and risk assessments. In addition, with the social capabilities of the 3DEXPERIENCE platform, a dedicated community has been created to manage communication and interaction between the project members while capturing knowledge and traceability of discussions within the blog, media, wiki, and 3D virtual visits. The Chinese engineering manager has built dedicated dashboards covering all engineering, procurement, and construction phases of this project. He can quickly visualize the issue that has just been raised on the steam generator and initiate the appropriate actions. Supplier information on specific equipment can also be accessed online from the 3DEXPERIENCE platform, independently from where the information is stored, provided by the information intelligence out-of-the-box services of the platform. Not only does our 4D simulation help keep projects on track, but it fosters innovation and can help reduce existing project times. Once you have 3D plant model, virtual 4D simulation can compute what construction processes are required to build or complete your plant. Then, based on 3D geometric information, work volume could be calculated. You can indicate necessary time and resources for each process. Virtual construction 4D simulation is not just an animation or presentation, but it has been designed for feasible and optimized construction planning, enabled by the powerful process engine and scheduler that is provided by the platform. Operation efficiency is achieved with the ability to provide for just-in-time engineering, purchase order placement, and material delivery. This significantly reduces the need for late-stage engineering changes. The 3DEXPERIENCE platform and its intuitive navigational user experience will help business leaders worldwide connect ideas, people, and
So you have gone through a simple example of a nuclear reactor, and then utilizing different capabilities of 3DEXPERIENCE platform in terms of information intelligent apps like XLEad and NetPipes to access all the social information, and then gathering those information with respect to your project, and then finalizing on what is exactly required for a specific a part or component, and then working on the design part, and also we can see the program management solution as a part of this 3D experience platform, wherein after analyzing all the data, one can easily interpret all the results in a practical way using dashboards, that is using statistics and graphs. We can find out all the information of how the project is moving through. We can also analyze the data to find out where exactly we are at, also how we are moving towards our defined goals. So 3D experience platform, it will encompass all these aspects. One is enterprise data search, usage, and then analytics, and also it will include program management. On the other side, it is having lots of social collaboration tools, and also it is defined by roles, multiple roles. So and also it can extend to any kind of discipline, be it engineering, manufacturing, sales, marketing, finance, procurement, or suppliers. So it can extend to any kind of discipline. And also, as a last point, it is also designed for cloud. So now I'll stop here and ask for the second question of the quiz. Which capability of 3D experience platform provides secured single sign-on access? So you have 30 seconds. Which capability of 3D experience platform provides secured single sign-on access? So I stop here, and we'll move on with the packaging model of 3D experience platform. So you can see from this slide, uh, 3D experience R2016 is the latest release, which is available today. And you can see the hierarchy of solution here, how the packaging model is, starting with focus on industry, then you have industry solution experience, followed by a set of process, that is industry process experiences. Then you have roles and apps and options as a part of this industry process experience. So if I have to come the below, when we say apps is basically here a package of a set of functionalities which are licensed to at least one process, and these are accessible to the users through either an icon under the compass or menus in the top bar. So these apps are basically a Yeah, you can hear me now. 2016 next aging. I have discussed on the 3D experience capabilities, evolution of 3D experience platform, and the 3D experience key values for customers. Now I will take you through 3D experience or 2016X packaging model. As I mentioned, it is focused on 3D experience, is focused on industries, very specific to industry challenges. Industry solution experience. And then diving down, we have industry process experiences. If I have to define industry solution experience, it is a group of processes specific to that particular industry. So when you have set of processes followed for a specific industry and you combine them, it becomes industry solution experience. So industry solution experience is aimed at solving the industry challenges using best practices available for that particular industry. And then comes the processes, because every industry follows certain processes. We need to go through those process experiences to resolve the issues or address the pain areas. And then below that you find roles and apps. So as I mentioned, apps are basically a group of functionalities which comes in the form of a brand application, and they are licensed by at least one process, and then they are accessible to users through either an icon under the compass or menus in the top bar. Then comes, as I mentioned, processes. They are logical groupings of brand applications across several brands to match customer usage. So when you look at this industry solution experience, it goes beyond applications. It goes beyond specific apps. I mean, here we are here to address the industry challenges as a package. So that is how we can define industry solution experience as. So as a consumer, you may be interested in certain processes. You may buy industry process experiences, or you have a specific roles as a consumer. You can buy roles or applications. If I have to summarize the industry solution experience, I can say in few words this way: it is built on best practices which are followed in that particular industry segment, and then it communicates how multiple people from various roles can come together to solve an industry challenge. And it really goes beyond typical borders of single discipline. It's not about a specific product. It's not about a specific discipline. It will cut across different applications. It will cut across different disciplines, and then it allows data from various software applications to flow into the platform to deliver what you call a single version of truth, a consistent look and feel. In this sense, the platform, 3D Experience platform, is already laid, and you have a consistent look and feel. You can browse through different brand applications or processes or rules to address all your needs, and then you can store everything under one single database, retrieve and navigate through them. So that's why we call it as a single version of truth. In the sense, here we are not only allowing Dassault softwares, but also we are trying to resolve the. We are trying to get the data from other resources as well. It could be other softwares which are existing in the market. It could be other neutral formats which are there in the market. They can very well come and join this 3D Experience platform. we are trying to provide a platform which can serve all types of major CAD softwares, major PLM softwares, or major processes which can be addressed. And also, this is designed to solve the challenges of enterprise data search and usage and analytics, which is very much critical for any company today. So people have to understand what exactly today in the how they are standing in the market and where do they want to go. So what vision do they have to progress and increase their profitability. So these things are based on data analytics, which is very much part of this 3D experience platform. And then comes, we can ensure that consistent value creation process is happening throughout this 3D experience platform. So whatever you create or innovate or modify or do something newly, that can be saved as intellectual property and that can be reutilized in future with ease. So this consistent value creation process is very much one attribute of the industry solution experience. Some of the examples we are highlighting here, industry solution experiences. Each industry has laid out specific industry solution experiences. So it could be for transportation mobility, it could be lean, green, and compliant, winning program. Then for marine and offshore, on time to sea. And if you look into consumer goods retail fashion segment, we have my collection. Then we have lean construction. So these are all typical industry solution experiences which have been designed to address specific needs of that particular industry. So to look at overall industry solution experiences from Dassault Systems, we have many things here for transportation mobility. I just highlighted those successful 3D experiences, industry solution experiences, which are already running globally in the market and which have been successful to provide to address the specific needs of the customers. Target zero defect, bid to win, which we are going to address in this webinar and coming series of webinars. And then winning program, then we have on time to see, single source for speed, smarter, faster and lighter in high-tech and electronic segment. So these are the successful industry solution experiences which have been already adopted in the global market. And then we also have my collection. In the recent times, one of our partners have executed for fashion industry for Myntra. This my collection as an industry solution experience has been executed. And then life sciences, we have licenses to cure. And then for consumer packaged goods, for bottling plants and all, we have perfect package and perfect shelf. And then optimized plant construction under EPU segment, that is energy, process and utilities. So these are some of the highlighted industry solution experiences which are available today and which are already executed on the global market. So now I will dive into transportation and mobility segment, which is of our primary interest. We have talked about 3D experience platform and the capabilities of 3D experience platform, followed by different types of the packaging models, that is industry solution experiences, what exactly industry solution experiences are designed for and what they will address for specific industry needs. And then we are moving into what you call a separate segment, transportation and mobility segment. So in this we have 6 different categories. One is car and light truck OEMs, racing cars, then we have motorcycles, and we have trucks and buses, and we have trains. So these all come and fall under this particular industry segment, transportation and mobility. And today we have more than 9,000 OEMs across the globe providing these different vehicles onto the road, and then they are supported by 230,000 plus suppliers. So India is a hub of suppliers for automotive industry, and there are 230,000 plus suppliers who are providing day in day out different components to the OEM. So this is something which we need to really look at. And also moving towards the industry challenges in transportation mobility. On the right side you can see what you call, we are seeing these different challenges in terms of quality problems. So I can give you an example of recent recalls in transportation mobility industry, especially the automotive segment. Chrysler had problems in terms of anti-lock braking systems. Toyota has had many problems in terms of floor mats, which are which have become large under accelerator, and then gas pedal problems. Ford had safety defects in their transmission systems and ignition problems. And then in the recent one, we had different scams also in Volkswagen, and Nano had their filter problems. So a lot of recalls do happen because of the quality issues. When the recall happens, it's a waste of a lot of money and time. And again, not only about time and money, but also it will taint the image of the specific OEM. So the quality problems have to be addressed in automotive industry, and this is a very high burning problem, which means that there should not be any defect after once we produce, what you call zero product failures. So I'm trying to highlight the industry challenges as of now, and we will move towards how the solution experience can be planned further. So further, we also have a modelization in terms of key practices, and in terms of parking spaces, we have problem for car and truck segment. So urbanization is happening everywhere. Smart cities are coming up, and we do not know where to park our cars or vehicles, even two-wheelers, four-wheelers. I mean, you all know how the urban effects are already in place. So we need to address them effectively. Secondly, we should also look at the connectivity. Today, challenges are in terms of noise and air pollution, in terms of safety, in terms of basically the health risks. All these things are increasing as challenges, and people are looking towards a new segment wherein they want to be part of mobility, but at the same time they don't want to take the cost of ownership of a car. In the sense, I can give you an example. Today everyone wants to travel in Ola, Uber, airport taxis. This is one reason why, because you cannot take the ownership, but you want mobility. You want door-to-door mobility planning, and on-demand transportation. These are the things which are going up very faster. Today we have, as I mentioned, Ola or Uber or BlaBlaCars. So all these things are coming up because the cost of ownership of maintaining the car is increasing. At the same time, you don't have time to look at all these things, but you want a smooth transportation from door to door or place to place. And there is something called vehicle sharing concept which is also coming up. So everyone wants to travel at the least cost and also have a pleasurable journey. So these are some of the latest trends which are happening in the market today. So how do we address effectively? Are there any automotive players who are really looking into that? So that way, if you look at in terms of trends and challenges, we can move forward with industry solution experiences which have been already implemented by some of the automotive OEMs. So I just give you the overview of current global key market players in terms of car and light truck OEMs, racing cars, motorcycles, industry suppliers, trucks and buses and trains. So I'll start with the car and light truck segment. If I have to look at what exactly these OEMs belonging to car and light segment, truck segment they want attractive, intuitive, and friendly cars, and also the connected cars in the sense they are internet connected with GPS system enabled, and they are safe for passengers and pedestrians. So safety is also increasing. The safety issue is increasing a lot. At the same time, mileage, performance, low energy consumption. So this is a crucial factor, and that's how the small car segment is growing fastly. And then innovation-driven design with zero defects. So everyone is vying for zero defects. We cannot expect a car, which is very costly for the company. So zero defect cars with innovation-driven designs, and also with all the latest facilities available for the consumer. Similarly, if you look at trucks and buses, so we look at transportation as a service. Suppose it could be a local bus or a transportation, wherein we look at it as a service. We expect high quality and reliability, and a lot of players are already there in this market. So if you take Indian scenario, we have Ashok Leyland, Tata Motors, and again we have Volvo. Now comes Isuzu, Scania. So there is a lot of OEMs who are actually vying for the top, providing high quality and reliability, and also transportation as a service. So, and also the lower cost of ownership, maintenance. So these things are very much important for this particular segment. Similarly, if you look at motorcycles segment, so people are looking at cost-effective e-mobility, and again innovation and new business models, and you can see frugal engineering. When we say frugal engineering, it's basically about non-essential features have to be removed and ensure everything is uh, low cost and available for developing countries. At the same time, we have to utilize advanced knowledge of materials. The composite materials come into play here, this market. So this is what exactly they are valuing most for this particular segment. And then comes transportation mobility suppliers. This is where we are focusing on in this webinar and hereafter. So this is having, as I said, 250,000 plus suppliers globally, and who are providing day in, day out different components to the OEMs. What they are actually valuing most? Everybody want market position, global footprint. They want to export their components, high quality components, and they want to take more responsibilities from OEMs. In the sense, give us more and more. We will work towards you with the best quality. They want global footprint. They want lean operations, because they have to see at the end of the day the profit and margins, and also the business diversification. So these are the important factors which are running in the minds of T&M suppliers. So how do we address these things? And again, coming to the last segment, trains, the locomotive segment, which is fast increasing, especially in Indian market. So we have very good players in Indian market. A lot of metro rail projects are happening, and a lot of bids and tenders will go on for these projects, and a lot of modularization is also happening. So how effectively we can deliver the program on time. This is an important concern for metro rail projects today in India, and similar things are also happening globally. And how to increase the safety, reliability, and ensure certification for these programs. So these are some of the important factors which are today running in the minds of locomotive segment. So we need to understand what they value most first and move with typical solution experiences. So as I mentioned, industry solution experience is here to provide and provide necessary tools or necessary apps or necessary processes to address the industry challenges. So looking at that scenario, transportation mobility segment, Dassault Systems has come up with these solution experiences, starting with bid to win. Basically, this is for winning the new opportunities based on the RFQs you receive and the proposals you submit. Win as many opportunities as possible and design to value and also deliver on target. So all these things, this is basically meant for tier 1 and tier 2 suppliers of automotive. So focused on tier 1 and tier 2 suppliers who receive the RFQs and who have to value their design and who have to deliver their components and target for the OEMs. Then comes trucks and bus trailers. We have to manage the complexity and simplify. So this is where a specific solution experience is available. And then innovation and track. So a lot of things are happening in locomotive segments. Today we have different types of trains. Bullet trains are also coming up, and in this particular segment, a lot of composite materials are being utilized in locomotives, and how effectively we can take up this. And vehicle program intelligence is another ISC, basically for dashboarding your program engineering. Then when it comes to automotive segment, luxury cars, you have drive emotion, a special ISC which is meant for what you call high quality styling based automotive components. So you have to imagine, shape and validate all the concepts very quickly to come out with the right aesthetics for a given car. So drive emotion is one of the ISCs which is meant for that, which uses advanced surface modules to address this. And then virtual garage. So this is for the marketing campaign and buying experience. In the sense, even before you see how the things are happening, before you buy a car, how the buying experience can be, how you can improvise. So what kind of service can be provided after the sale, and how effectively this particular thing can be managed. You are trying to provide the complete experience to virtual garage. And then we have global validation, smart, safe and connected, and also for the global players who wants to connect with multi-sites, we have modular, local and secure ISC. Then comes target zero defect. So we have been talking about quality issues. So how to address them in such a way that you can ensure a product with zero defect. So this is where a special ISC is designed to address these problems. And then comes lean production run. So this is again meant for the manufacturing or shop floor, wherein you can run through effective processes and then efficiently you can control all manufacturing operations. So these are some of the ISCs which are available for transportation and mobility segment. Now I will continue to focus on the suppliers, tier 1 and tier 2 suppliers for automotive segment. So if I have to look at them, this is how the typical process which runs in the minds of suppliers. That is, first you need to win the program, because there is a lot of competition. As I mentioned, there are 230,000 plus suppliers across the globe who are creating. There are many competitors for every segment. And how do you win over your competitors? How do you effectively submit the proposal and win the bid? This is the first part of this bid to win process. How to win effectively the project bid and then get the opportunity first. And then how do you manage your designs and your data management with OEM and address all the design processes, and how do you validate further on the designs what you have created, and finally manufacture on time. So these things are all part of this process. And finally, of course, the delivery model is important. So win it, design it, manage it, test it, manufacture it, and then deliver back to OEM. So it could be mass number of, it could be a mass production, but this is a process through which every automotive tier 1 and tier 2 suppliers go through. and this has to be perfected. This is where Bid2Win ISC has come up with a special solution. So in terms of introduction, as I mentioned, Bid2Win focuses on three objectives. One is to win the new opportunities through RFQ process, and you have to design to value, because everything is cost effective. You have to get the profit margins. At the same time, you should be able to successfully continue with the same project, other projects with the same OEM. So design to value, and then deliver on target. In the sense, we have to deliver to the OEM in time, effectively. So these are the three major objectives of Bid2Win. So if you look at the process, there are 9 different processes which are highlighted, starting with project awarded, wherein you go through the quotation management and then understand how typically is the RFQ process is. You submit your proposal and win the project. That is the first step of Bid2Win, and followed by program management and change management. So you need to go through the project and design whatever is required, or you can buy or make different products or components. Then you have BOM and design data management. In the sense, again, your data will be flowing across at least for a given project. You may have to interact 10 to 15 times with the OEM for all the small changes and modifications. So how do you effectively manage all these changes? This comes as a part of OEM data management. Then comes product system engineering. Basically, this is focused on the advanced kinematics or dynamic behavior simulation, and then advanced product engineering, then followed by product performance validation. So you need to analyze what you have created in terms of design, and finally, once you are satisfied with prototyping, and then you go for mold and tooling engineering, followed by process planning, and then finally the fabrication and machining. So these are the different typical processes which are included as a part of industry solution experience. So we will go through this one by one in the coming webinars. Bid2Win is basically to address, it is an industry solution experience which will address automotive tier 1 and tier 2 suppliers in terms of winning the new bids and design to the value and deliver on target. So in the next coming webinar, we will go through these industry process experiences by each process by process, and we will be able to give more focus and deep dive on each and every process in this Bid2Win. So we have a third question for the quiz now. So third question is, name important objectives of industry solution experience. So I repeat the question, name important objectives of industry solution experience. So you have 4 choices. So I stop now. 30 seconds is over. So we will take up further on the questions, and we will continue with this second webinar on Bid2Win, which is basically industry solution experience for automotive tier 1 and tier 2 suppliers. And my colleague Mr. Narasimha will be also publishing 2 more quiz questions on this particular webinar. Please take time to answer those questions to be eligible for right tokens of appreciation.